Hello, Days Our Lives fans. It is Monday, October 14th. Please like, subscribe, and share. So Eric is trying to convince Brady, think. Fiona was there with you. She already told me she was drinking with you. And Brady's like, what? And he starts having some memories. And there it is. He tells Eric, I remember her telling me she hit somebody. And you're right, I can see it. I'm remembering now. She was in the driver's seat. Eric, you saved my life. And Eric did save his life. Eric just knew something wasn't right about that. Now to get it all into play, because Fiona's not going to go down easy. Meanwhile, Patch is calling Chad, and Chad's in Paris with Fabby. And he's telling him they're getting married, and Chad's like, I know you don't approve of her. You don't think she's real, but she is, and you can't be happy for me. And I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. Chad having him a little attitude. He don't understand. He got his woman back while Patch isn't happy. Patch goes to Dr. Mark and asks him if he can redo those DNA tests, because he told him, I just don't feel right about it. And he said, sure, I'll do it for you. Of course, Dr. Mark's the one that changed them. Well, he says, I still got the blood, I think. And he said, I got 2 new samples. And he gives him the envelopes. He said, okay, wait here. So he goes and he does it, and he comes back and hands them back to Patch and says, yep, same results as they were. And he walked away, and Patch said, isn't that interesting that mine and Kayla's samples are the same as Abigail's and Thomas's? So he got him. He caught him in a lie. He knows he tampered with the test. There is Fabigail, of course. Holly overhears her. She ends up taking her back to their room. And Chad's like, you don't need to stay in a hotel. Stay here. We've got plenty of room. And she's like, well, I don't want to be in the way. Y'all are getting married and stuff. He said, you're not in the way. But Fabigail did not act like she liked that too much. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Now, Xander is telling Maggie that Kristin has got what they need to heal Sara, but she won't let it go. And he tells her why. And he tells her the whole story, and he's always honest with her, and he even tells her he was going to kill Brady. And she's just, Maggie's so good at handling things. And she's like, I'm going to try to talk to Kristin and appeal to her motherly side, because we're both mothers. So that's her plan. Meanwhile, Sara just had the memories that Fiona was the one driving the car, and in walks Fiona. And she's like, it was you. It was you. You were the one driving the car. I remember now. And she's like, oh, darling, you're just confused. You're just confused. I wouldn't do such a thing. She said, you did do it, and you left me there. And she ended up telling her, really what happened, and that she heard Xander yelling for you, so she knew she wouldn't be left alone. But she decides she's got to kill her anyway, because she's gotten to spend time with her granddaughter and her son, and she just can't let all that go down the drain. So she's trying to push her down the steps, push her out of her wheelchair, and Xander steps in and grabs that wheelchair and says, no, you're not. And there she is trying to get her hand off the door, and then Sara looks up at him. I know she is thankful that he saved her, and that's a wrap for today. Fiona exposed.